Right, hello, I just want to make this video to express what I'm going through right now, and yeah, I've been in a lot of pain the last 3 days. I'm in pain right now, from my endometriosis. I'm just drinking a tea at the moment. This is my 3rd day, so I've been in bed for 2 days. I did the videos of me going out in the water the other day. I've got to try and make this video under 15 minutes, so if I cut it off when I'm talking, that's why. I just want to express what's going on with me right now in this country, because I feel like I'm being treated unfairly through a few different places, and I just want to say why I think so, and why I think it's not really a balance. And I think I'm entitled to say that no matter what comes out my mouth right now, because that's how I feel. So that's the real thing to me. And yeah, I am a bit disabled right now because I can't go out and do stuff. So like I started having some mood swings the other day. Not mood swings as I go out like shouting at people and that. I'm talking about like internally how I feel. Like I'll get this 1 second. This is just before my endo starts. Pulls me around in places. So like when I went out in the sea the other day, it really leveled me out. Even when I was in the pain, on not yesterday, day before, that Joe, who I'm living with right now, works for the NHS. She's worked for them for a long time, like just moving stuff around the hospital. She knows stuff about some medicines and that, so she gave me like a painkiller. And as everyone knows, well, if you have been following my channel, if you haven't, I've been on like painkillers from hospitals since I was having my periods, since I was a bit younger, to deal with this pain every month. So I used to ring up my nan, I ring up mates and ring up my mum, ring up people every month, like in this excruciating pain. Sometimes, you know, in the middle of shopping centres or airports, or I've been kicked off planes because my medication making me, you know, not be able to be on my own. Where I'm in so much pain, I'm passing out. This is one of the reasons why I found Cambodia good, because when I went there and stayed there for like up to 6 to 8 months or whatever, like when I was staying with Pugsy, the Aussie guy, he's got black lung, so he understands that, you know, he's got illness early because he's been overworked and breathed in stuff from the coal. So the Australian government give him money, and he's gone there to heal himself or to like chill out, so he, you know, he can deal with his sickness. It's like here, Joe's saying to me, she hasn't seen me deal with my endo yet, but I look like alright right now. This is because I used to neck back the painkillers and go to work. So like Joe's working all the time, people are working all the time. You know, yeah, she owns his house, but she's still paying mortgage on it. So like I'm paying the rent, is her income. That I'm gonna be, she said I don't have to pay what I've already stayed here, gift to me. But like anywhere else, or if I get money and I'm already in debt before I've existed last month, yeah, I haven't been eating properly because I haven't got no money for food. Like, thank you to Charlotte, came around yesterday, gave me some money for food, because the universal credit's still saying I haven't got enough ID to be a person existing. But hello, am I not here? Am I not blinking? Am I not breathing and talking to you right now? So obviously I'm a person that exists, with ID or without. I'm fucking existing right now, yeah, and I'm not well. And I've worked and worked and worked. I used to work up to three jobs. I used to get hardly any money. I don't want to save. I ain't got savings. I want life for experience. I've been talking to the bank on the phone. Nearly didn't get through there. Like, I'm severely dyslexic, so I work in different set tracks to a lot of people. Doesn't mean I'm thick or I'm stupid. It means my brain and the way I'm designed is to come up with ideas that are abnormal, or to make art, or to make stuff that feels soul and spirit. And right now, if you want to see a breakdown of anything, you're seeing a breakdown of the spirit of this earth being completely crushed. Pestle and mortar from one whole thing ground down to dust. And they're going to take that dust if no one stands up for it. Because I still want to create. I'm a creative being, and sending me down this route I'm in right now is not good. And like, I don't want to go into sick pay. Like, universal credit isn't. He's saying to me, I haven't got enough ID. I got all my ID enough for a bank account, so now I have my bank account in the post. So I started applying for universal credit, and it's saying I don't have phone contract. Well, Barclays Bank made me bankrupt 3 years ago because you stole money off me for home and phone insurance when I didn't have both of them things the time I had that account with you. I've had that account with you since Woolwich had it in Bexley Heath, and then Barclays took over that bank. Since I was a kid, I haven't changed bank accounts, so I kept that bank account, and you fucked me over. You stole money off me. You stole money out of my account when I was a good, working, law-abiding citizen who helped people, who stuck by the system since I was a kid. I have waited hand and foot. I've been in some places maybe I shouldn't have been, and I left them because my heart told me it wasn't right to be there. Yet these places thrive right now more than any other place, more than Universal Credit, who support good people like me. I'm not good at playing the system. No, I'm not good at playing the system. And everyone's saying to me, oh, you got to just play the game, play the system. But I don't understand all the boxes. I don't understand some of the big words. It's all backwards in my head. And some of the words I read in sentences don't even make sense. So I used to get a lot of support at school, and I used to get support throughout university. I used to speak, and they type it up for me. When I left school, I had problems trying to write out CV and stuff online. So I had the lady from my uni. I gave a painting to her outside of uni, and she helped me in her own time, and we did that between ourselves. So there are some good people out there. Jo's been helping me. She's been working really long hours for the NHS because it's understaffed. She's had 2 vaccines. She said she didn't really want to have them, but she still kept her job to pay the mortgage on this house. And even at the end of everything she's getting paid, she hasn't got much. So like, between the two of us, we're both knackered. I'm sick, and I'm watching her work, and I look fine, but I'm in so much pain because I've had this since I was a teenager. So my body's like normalised to the pain, and I've had to come off a lot of medication, and I'm still dealing with this internal pain. And like, I've been in bed for the last 2 days. I've only got another like 10 days. 15 days you get to provide ID to my universal claim. Now, Joe's saying, are you able to work? But I said, no, because I'm sick. So I should be applying for sickness pay. But applying for sickness pay is still masking over my sickness. It's not helping me heal. It's just masking my sickness. And I don't want to go to my doctors and ask them for a sick note, or go there to ask them for anything, because I feel that they're the reason that I am still sick, or like they've made me more sick from the amount of hormones and things they just tested on me down there. And I'm internally bleeding right now. Like, the bleeding's calmed down, but the last few days have been really sore. So sometimes I fit, sometimes I'm really sick, physically sick, sometimes I had runs. Yeah, this is just part of what's going on with me. Like, the day me and Joe filled out the was doing universal credit for it. If I ate loads of food that day, then I come on the next day, I would have been more ill, because my body has to empty everything out of it to deal with what's going on around my organs, because it can't digest food and deal with whatever this is. Which I've met many girls now where it's transformed into cancer when they've had the womb out, or they've gone into the hospital's hormones. Now, I've refused these, and I'm still getting refused food right now. They sent the mental health to my door to say I was crazy for refusing that type of medicine. Now, me going out in the sea the other day actually really helped with the pain yesterday, because how high my psychic abilities have been evolving due to this pain I've had since I was younger. It's affecting me psychologically in other places, which enables me to do things here in there. But it's like when I went out in the sea, the shock of it to my system helped me deal with the pain, because I used to take a lot of painkillers and then a bottle of red wine. Used to have some cannabis and some other things all at the time, and I'd still feel this pain. That was for like 10 years, and that had to stop because the tablets from the hospitals were hurting me, and that was meant to be my medicine. So what happens when you're sick and the medicine that you're taking starts hurting you? Then you have to stop all of it, and then it takes a long time after that. But there's a lot of people I see, I can feel the pain now, but I look fine because I used to take tablets and go to work and deal with it all the time, and now I'm just passing out. There's not many women I know on this without medication, and there's a lot more women getting it. And I don't know when this is going to happen at the month. So I'm unreliable for work. I'm unreliable as a human being right now to time and to this structured system. And my advice would be that everyone stop following this robotic arm. When I went in the bank, when I finally managed to do my account after telling them mouthful to the Irishman on the phone with my circumstances, and he decided to actually help me instead of be a robotic arm for the bank and opening the sentence with, "This is factual and not opinionated." Well, this is the facts of my life. It may be opinionated, but it's a fact in my feeling, my place. And he agreed in the end. And even when I went to the bank the other day to give her the form after I signed it and it come through the post, the girl was almost crying because she knows I've been in and out. I weren't allowed in a library here after the second time I used the phone because the manager said I couldn't because it was their main phone to use. We'll get another phone for public then because it's a public place and it links to the council. The universal credit says it's not linked to the council yet. You ping me between the two. When I spoke to the banks, they tried to send me back to universal credit and this place, but yet they send me back to you for a bank account. The ID people, they send you back to the post office to here to there. I haven't got a phone contract in the last year, and I don't have my driving licence for 10 years. If I go and refill out a new driving licence, that could take up to a month. That's still before I've sent off for universal credit. That could take up to 5 weeks. This is now taking up to 3 months to get me a piece of free food when you're throwing it out daily over there because I don't have an app or I don't use a phone. Well, I have an email. You've signed me up my Google account. I've lost all my contacts that were trying to send me money from all around the world. And now I've made up a new one and none of them are receiving my messages, only like one or two. And I have no way of contacting these people that are helping me. Joe's buying me a bit of food. She ain't got loads of money. And she's waiting for rent off me. So I haven't even paid anything to exist. It's making me feel a bit uncomfortable. And I'm still dealing with this sickness that I'm trying to heal. And even when I'm in the sea the other day, it was the one thing I found to pivot myself around as my medicine, going in that big body of water, because the water here doesn't taste great. You know, that means the stuff I'm showering in isn't great, the stuff I'm drinking isn't great, even if filtered. And then I go out in the sea and, you know, you get a lot of £1 million fine over Ramsgate and Margate for sending all your shit and sewage over here. So I can't swim in the sea yet. That was helping me as a free medicine to go out in that big body of water and just move around in it and come out, just feel like it cleared down to my bones. Like if you see my other videos, I don't even care. I think actually even if you tested the sea water compared to tap water, it would be healthy. So dear South East Water, why don't you fix that as a priority? You know, fix the water, because if the water's sick then we're sick. and I've been working in the middle of London in these places, drinking the tap water for years. You know, there's a pharmaceutical hormone stuff in the water, so it's still reaching my system. I'm not healing, and I'm fed up of talking to a robotic arm, or talking to people or human beings that you make into a robotic arm. And I exist. I exist.